Alright, had my Bradley Kimura 2 for about 2 weeks now, so guess it's about time I do a review on it. Also it gives me a good time to try out my new cam. Wasn't very expensive, but it's about time I get a little bit cam than what I had. So let's open the box here. Okay. Got the knife itself with the silica gel pack in there, some bubble wrap, warranty card, my invoice from Blade Play. Actually, I would have gotten it from Blade HQ, but they were running a promotion where I got a free knife. Not this knife, it was a cheapo knife. Anyway, here's the knife. It is the Bradley Kimura 2. I know they've been out for a while, but they currently are not in production. So instead of getting the Kimura 5, I opted to get this one. The blade's the same on the Kimura 5, except instead of a lot of little milled in circles here, or ovals, ellipses, whatever you want to call them, the Kimura 5's got long slots in it, which I'll probably end up getting one of those eventually. About the blade shape, it's kind of a spear point. It's a mostly flat grind edge. It's not a full flat grind, but it does very well. Of course, made in USA. If I can get that on cam. Maybe not. If I got the picture. Anyways, made in USA. Bradley Cutlery. It's actually, as far as I know, it says that they are from Elkhart. So Bradley Cutlery Company, Elkhart, Indiana, which is extremely close to me. I was under the understanding from reading a few things on the internet that the Bradley Kimura 2, actually all of Bradley's Balisongs were either made by or collaborated with Kershaw, and I'm a big fan of Kershaw. I own many Kershaw knives, and then their Elias knives were collaborated with Benchmade. So either way, I'm still very impressed. It's a nice, very high quality blade. And the handles, I believe they're 440 handles, and the blade, I believe, is S30V. Really solid. You can lock your latch here, and it's a pretty solid knife. I don't know if I'd call it a fixed blade, because this latch can drop if you squeeze the handle, which is good and bad depending on how you want to use it. I mostly use it with flipping. I've carried it a little bit. I'm by no means any expert flipper, but I can do a few little tricks. Mostly just basic opening and closing, verticals, horizontals. But I like this knife a lot. I've been actually using it a lot to cut work, opening boxes, things like that, and it still seems to be holding a relatively nice edge. Failing entirely to show you guys this. Maybe I've been using it more than I thought. Anyway, it was actually my first Balisong. Works great. All American made. I actually took it down a little bit. Put a little bit of lube in there. I did have to. One thing I did have to do is on this pivot screw, I did have to loosen it up a little bit. It was a bit too tight. It was actually moving the blade with the handle, which I do not like. I like it to move completely independently of the blade. just for my flipping purposes, I suppose. But overall, great knife. It's American made. It's under $100. If you can still find the Kimura 2, the Kimura 3 through 5, there's a 6 and a 7, I believe, actually now. You can still get those. They have different blade shapes, more of a clip point style blade, as I would call it. Different patterns in the handles. Some of them are basically, one blade with another handle with another blade. So I highly recommend Bradley Cutlery's products, and I would assume that since I've heard that Kershaw and Benchmade stand behind that they're also going to be very high quality products and a good warranty behind them. The only thing that's really bugged me about it is this latch. I've tried doing some spring mods in there, just trying to find a way for this latch to not fall down into the way of this. It actually went further down before I messed with it. The Kimura was a little different because it had a solid milled piece here. It wasn't a pillar construction, and you were able to put a detent in here which would lock it into this position here. But this one's a little different, and it'll more or less just fall down. I've got it so it more or less stops right here. But when I first did the mod, it would stop about right there. So it would not interfere with my flipping at all. I need to tweak that a little bit and maybe find a different kind of spring to get that done with. But that's it. That's the Bradley Kimura 2. I'll try to get a close-up of that. And also my first actual 720p video on YouTube. So happy collecting knives. It's addicting.